tapes? It's not off. What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I haven't had any problem.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Okay, he definitely is high.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. I do my best to keep my distance from all...
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors. Wow, a very large red... Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you. A giant sword in each hand. Smells like worn cotton.
Sniffing.
You're not imagining it.
Hell yeah, man. I don't use... A fan? No, I wouldn't go that far. But I do think the Hjelm Dalaman saga is an integral part of our shared reality. Most people don't think that the man from Hjelmdal really existed, but they're wrong. I mean, even...
Okay.
You sound... Besides...
His theory is very, very...
Too...
That's dirt cheap.
But... Why? I suppose that makes sense, yeah.
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the water. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently. If
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like...
the words, Daredevil Driver.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Sure thing.
It is salty. It is safe.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Well, there's the fishing village, and yeah, not really much else.
Is this about the questions again? 'Cause a warehouse? I don't know. Maybe.
She scrunches up her...
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister... A colourful... The bottles there, in that dark green glass. All in vain.
Guess I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
The tear machines, your bottles clunk.
Does Kuno care? Kuno does.
Trying to sneak.
Apparently.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Don't get fucking clever with me.
There must be another way into the building.
Yeah, what's that noise down there?
You see a young man on a balcony, nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to...
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps still.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little...
We will remove the body.
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more...
Last week? I don't know. Look,
You didn't answer the...
I had a friend. It was my Sunday friend.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no.
My name?
Martin Martinez, good local name. Let's go with that.
No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the... For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the...
But, hold on. What's that? It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his son. He did leave us a sign. If we find a way...
A stone. There's a key bin.
This must be... We'll just have...
This door has been closed. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal. But the shackle... Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. This door has no reply. The shackle...
After you, detective.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged... Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Krasmazov? Sure you are. Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns. But it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you. Ah, very well. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you? Then it's settled. You are not Krasmazov. It's decided. You are not the most famous philosopher of the modern period. The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard.
You hear someone. The walking you can feel sounded like a woman. A poor communard.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get in.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Now.
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry. Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you.
Oops. You really didn't.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean.
Somewhere in the building.
What's he in trouble for? Talk? He lives upstairs.
Thank you.
I'm no one. If you can call it, it's barely bigger than a Ask away, policeman. No one lives there. Impossible. I would know. Maybe it's those countercultural people. Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. People come and go. Oh, I think he's something to do with all those stars around his door. The symbol of what and how?
The cleaning lady shrugs and returns to sweeping. She mumbles some kind. That isn't just a five-pointed star.
I'll keep my eye.
He doesn't actually reach for the star, even today, half a century after. The wreath of antlers to symbolize the top. Also, because white is the color of nothing at all. This door is made of number 28. This is...
Let's see.
No one.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? The smoker on the balcony.
Suddenly, don't worry. It's...
Tomorrow, 9...
Damn. Remember. Tomorrow.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Sod off, pig man.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Ooh. Not only have you found my...
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse. Does anyone in a city... Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust, it's the woman on the boat does not.
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will... You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know?
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat well. Can't you tell? I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Yeah? Lying is cool, I guess. I ain't no snitch, pigs.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a...
We weren't put on this earth.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock. Or what? You'll push me off this ledge and pry the bucket from my dead hands? Watch your...
A striking woman leans against the cabin top.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Beaton, my maiden name. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded. I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted...
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to...
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group. Why, yes I am. The boat? No. It is called Cor de Leyte. It's a pleasure craft. A 19... My sloop?
I'm enjoying this.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou. I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Ken.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued. It's for crossing long distance.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol. Officer, I assure...
The crowns of her teeth are pulled. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act.
Good. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking. The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopoly. Saint-Baptiste, LUM, an unknown entity known as Brighton. She nods.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all
Wait. She just admitted that the lynching and...
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Yes, I believe there is a connection. Let's say I was not making the kind of...
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the...
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss.
This isn't the first time?
Heavens, no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. Mr. Clare told him to fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. Every worker, a member of the board. In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the... It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines Group makes a decision about what? Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. They're having a blast. But how... I'm not sure. Natural. And now...
Excuse me.
I first heard it from the boyar at the gates. The one whose very name advertised...
This checks out.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock?
Don't let her answer it herself.
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would...
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. Of course not. Everard is fantastically correct.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No.
Oh, heavens, no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, the Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institute. Organized labor at...
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate.
Refreshingly honest, officer. And your opinion, detective? If I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate, but I'm glad you asked. There...
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections,
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Pollock downright haunting, if you ask me. The point of the presentation is the...
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. However, quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets.
Of course, ma'am. We should have... And this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
He looks at you expectantly. Then it dawns on him.
How curious. Why is that, detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. I do believe you, naive as that may sound.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may...
Of course, I sympathize.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial... She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superior.
You're in. But expect her...
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open...
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps... Or... You can recover your badge. Though, if I may be blunt...
Detective, a word in private before we... This is not going quite as I hoped it would. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and, you know, not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands. No, if there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her.
You're back. Good. It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isla.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we loot...
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade.
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrart and the Dock Workers Union. Still... Every chain has its weak link. The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now.
Her irises are light green.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company This is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint, thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of...
Well, at least it...
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is... How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock work.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers, precisely, smuggled out of that very gate at night most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up. We did. On more than one...
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged...
Well, here's your chance, officers. Yes? Excellent. It may come to... In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rusted. A breeze carries with it the faint scent, while dull orange. Now look at you. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Oh, but you are. Too ashamed to ask this person for money.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Voila! You're doing. Really put your back into it. Yell it from the top of your lungs.
Of course.
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this.
That's a good sum. Not too...
She removes a few... There must be about 200 real in that zip bag. Maybe a little...
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still...
You illustrate the expression by holding...
You're right, man, that donations are permitted.
Which he most certainly will do. Of course,
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of light reflect. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out. And the hair, fine, not all.
You've passed...
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweep. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got... Well? Great, thank you. It's good you paid before 9 p.m, or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance, starting tomorrow.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have offers.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape. The man is finding it hard not to where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here. He nods.
I can see that.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with it. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the fork. Like the rest of you, it comes. The bed is cold and not.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? There's no reason to win. 3 days ago, the RCM emergency. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. They didn't identify. There's a strong prejudice against That's a...
The RCM, or the Revachol...
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing.
His disdain is clear. This man would not...
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
That makes him a Beano-clad, completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from... It's a part of the world.
Seol is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite...
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak... No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
The lieutenant, that's where his conversation...
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your...
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Heavy workers' boots. Isn't this something an industrial worker...
Noted.
Maybe more than 12. No. 1. Standard work boot. 2. Standard work. 3. Hobnail. 4. Standard work boot. Number 44. You don't know. 5. Another. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkened. 7. The glowing outline of a stand. 8. And yet another step.
How many? I assumed you were counting. I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman? Or a kid? Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight.
Possibly, yes. Interesting. Someone operating a workbench?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
A drummer only uses the right foot for the kick drum. You're right, it's stupid. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. A week, maybe?
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal ravage.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks.
What do I think? A mob of people. Then, after hoisting him up, these two...
Indeed. They all stood in a row here. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then?
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Perhaps not. See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the...
Looks like someone left it. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see it.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane tower. The look in his eye. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. The cloak? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. What are we... Or it could be.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again. Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing. Nope, no. You could have died there. Shit.
Hey! What happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better.
The pockets of... Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. By the way, the raw materials were most likely... There he still is, looking right through you, with... Too late. It's impossible until the smell of Commodore Red rises from...
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for... If she doesn't have any, there might...
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check.
Is this about the question?
She looks up.
Yes. What we have is there, in the medicine.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays.
Okay. Don't, like, overdo it or something.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated. There it is again, the scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end. Yes, from the sun's there is a movement next to you. The shuffle of a... Why are you talking to a gum wrapper? Bitter, whatever until a blossom of feels so. There he still is, looking right through. The ammonia only makes it worse. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Are you okay, officer?
The weight is reassuring, like a...
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal. No. This is you need to get your shit together. Then the world will turn away from you and leave you behind. No. You will get your shit together.
You're sure this has not affected his For a moment, the hanged man appears to smile.
Bitch fight, see? Bitches are...
bitches about to kill each other.
We should go and do something else. Give it half an hour. Then...
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it with special bonuses and effects.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind? Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone...
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folk. Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't.
A rhymesmith? This is quite credible. It goes with its cadence.
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. The more you ask yourself, the less you know. One thing is for the small, the photo, and Ambrose, it's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more...
Where am I? Who are you?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the weary aspect.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that trap. The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber? Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution, until you came along, that is. Someone was. They are someone's memories. They're beautiful.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as
this is Gabriel.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girl, I wasn't. Well, you.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have any...
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the souls of her...
Diamonds? Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous? Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo. If you know what then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take a...
Bad hand. Hermenegildos' bad hand strangled 300 people. What?
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero...
A Boyadero, Boya for short, is a cowherder from up...
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring Boyadero. He promises to marry her. Don't be stupid. The Boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man, one night. As he and his beloved are out walking along the river, no, the Boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Maigret. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him. You have to understand, a true Boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what...
She's just a distracted old woman.
So he doesn't...
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with...
Nothing. I just don't think...
He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in something here. Something unconnected to the case. But connect...
Oh, don't worry about me. Lomonosov's land, the Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. At Estrada, Irmao. I already am dust. Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff? I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You...
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots.
Just before Gabriel, it was the
Moreover, the boots were sized. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence, Franco Negro, which happened.
It was. And then it was... Perhaps it was on...
As she says, Carnival. She gestures to...
I could have told you that from just looking at them. The sizes...
The feet of a little girl. They fit well on the pedals. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see? What I feel? Yes. There is a protagonist...
Those epithets are familiar, son.
Then what were you getting at? Your man, Lowman. What of it? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat, on the U41A. What do you think? It's diamonds, Lowman, obviously. Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. Or I can just relax and let...
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go.
Well, hello. Some own light wow. Fine.
You've popped.
Volumetric ship compressor.
Wondering, man. How can I help?
Looking for something? Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. You know where that shit comes from? Saramiriza. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight. So they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economics.
He eyes you warily, unsure.
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded?
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. It's a fucking travesty, is what it is. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well. Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling... His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your...
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what's...
Guess so.
Everything's still cool here, officer. Drugs? I don't go in for that, unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives...
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or...
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But, I am not... Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against...
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder, and he's an asshole. I'm...
Realizing he can't get out of it.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. Nothing. I told you.
And what crowd?
Crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
No use. He's not telling us.
Okay, look. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up. It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos. I don't know.
It could be. She was strange.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a fun.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Oh, okay.
After all this mess...
An investment? What kind of investment? I hear you, officer. Officer, do I look like... Sounds like a fair deal, all.
Corruption.
It's just like bus or seagull. A kid watching out of a... This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. This door is no one.
We should return tomorrow.
The dented yellow mailbox. The box seems happy. There he still is, looking right. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you.
They do after...
The man before you is naked. The material appears delicate. These are clearly not boots.
Indeed. Ceramic plate. Zirconium under the heel. Piece by piece. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. No, I think he had something. They usually hang them completely naked.
Fucking talking about under...
It is. It's expensive. We've requested for a full...
For the northwest region of Revachol, An officer...
Not too much, yes. It's a sorry situation, I agree. That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. I agree. This...
A small...
It's anything...
Faint, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials. Like if trees were made of porcelain, the smooth... The whirls are in the shape of...
Good. Can you... We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase...
This feels... dangerous. Are you sure? The stench...
Stop! Pig's gonna...
Brutal!
Even the mongrels can see you're about...
Do it, homo!
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? How many clothes do you need? There's no way you're...
You're sure there's a way to peel them off. But first, the body... The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels...
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. The material, delicate. These are clearly not the cadaver. The material, these...
Indeed. Ceramic under piece by piece. We should... No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They...
Fucking talking about underpants.
It's anything... Faint, like whirls of floorboard. If tree, the whirls are in the shape of...
Good. We have a make and a number. That's something.
The cadavers. The hangman's knot is pulled. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing back.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to... I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wire. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You? We all are. This belt worries me.
The cadaver hangs from the car, an intricate web of blue light. His corpse is marked by alcohol and heartbreak.
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of... I agree.
He wears a wide leg. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears.
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only 1 ampoule left.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wants... Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by. His eyes are milky white. These eyes use dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready.
I'm gone. Into the wild. In the past. Way out. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. And go ahead, copper. What do you mean? Ask me more questions. What do you... It's the power you met. Go ahead. Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of this. Coming right up. Copperoon. Fuck no. You're no root between you and me. Your name is probably... You might be onto something there. Because you have loved it, me and Provocopo. It was love all along. Sure, Lobo. Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here.
You come back later, cop.
As you narrow your eyes, only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, the cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in...
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might...
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Of course. You have come back later, corpo.
As you narrow, only the lower...
How should I know why you are squinting, officer? Oh.
The monster comes back.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquent...
Stop talking.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
The pool of blood...
The victim appears to have contained...
The fucky...
Talking about shit.
Did we? I don't feel... I agree.
His personality is no longer a part...
Totally dead. He is. I think he was upright. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament.
But there is no breath.
The steel-reinforced belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Yeah! Bang bang!
How? It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics works.
Yeah!
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
I'll blow his...
Take it!
Yeah!
Silence, and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. Secure. That's a key. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position.
He's gonna...
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that...
God damn it.
A lot of... he feels bad about.
Fuck you!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
No, any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate... I have to...
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting...
Oops.
This is the...
Officer, why do we only have one gun? That is even...
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana...
The cold piece of bacon. You've held this.
The fuck are you waiting...
The buckle comes...
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least...
Your field of...
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, with your hand numb from the recoil, looking straight at you, helpless.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out.
Fuck you, Corpale!
Ace is high.
The ace is high. Accustomed, you could add an ace's low to it, if you like. The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform.
I knew these guys were
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of the...
Slumped on the ground like that as not.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little... Yes. The 4 phases of... I'm satisfied with that part. 2, 3...
The fucking
cops are gonna cut...
4 and final. transport of the coroner's case to the district. No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to have an honor and a burden. With shooting like that? Of course you are. Your station would not have assigned you to... In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the union. I would also suggest we interview Joyce. Yes.
The rotting man, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Huh? You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me come back later, Corpo.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are we can pick up where we left.
The rotting man, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Muindi, is the world's.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should... That's right.
The dead man stares. Above those, an 11-field info form needs...
That's you. Just leave it empty.
The corpse...
KK5. Next. NA. Next. NA. Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Muindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say, whitish. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither Mondial.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified...
KK 50...
None. At least not after the initial examination. They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for...
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the station's somewhere in Jamrock North. A small wood shed behind Rosenkrantz Road. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair. And so, all across Jamrock...
We should start.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots. Babrodin, yes.
The disappointment.
The boots are ceramic.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to. Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity.
The boot has a serial number. It's tattoos. The upper torso is... The assistant has a... The deceased has a... Well-nourished. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold. The stench is... There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil. More hair sticks to the glove for a fraction of a sec. There, dead man. You were someone's child. What was what? Brilliantine. There's brilliantine in his hair. The lieutenant watches you in silence.
That was some
fucking low velocity talking shit.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark. Steel wiring.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters. The hanged man lets out a joyous...
Always good to think ahead. Now we need to cut the belt to...
See?
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
You are? You're Kuno's pig?
The belt, the knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady. After some deliberation, snap.
The rope rises to a hemorrhaging chest is intact.
No!
I fucking...
This is...
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
The dead man's penis is average-sized. Congested from...
Back is symmetrical. In addition...
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades.
Last item. Hands.
His flesh...
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Coppadoge. I did, Kobo. I did. We should do this more often.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. I was. Ooh. That's all for central nerve.
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too. With barely...
I think that may well be the moral of... Good.
With, you hear...
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. Respiratory oral cavity shows...
No scream. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach inside.
There are...
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary. Na. Ah. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Neither am I. That's it. Same for toxicology and serology. Unless you have untapped reservoir, like a toxicology screen. Cardiovascular, gastrointestinal, digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next. So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem.
At maximum.
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Right. Next, a dark red abraded ligature mark. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. He is deep in thought.
Why do you say that? Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal? Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. It was an irregular field. We also requested a toxicology. We were thorough with the list of injuries. I need a copy of that autopsy form for processing.
He's thinking, did I... You tilt your head. Or... I'm sure we didn't get everything. Your arm reaches... His face, his cheeks, his nose, they are swollen shut. Only the little one fits.
The fuck is he doing?
The thing you're looking for, it's not. The oral cavity, you're on the right track. A vision of black, you see a hole. Barely visible, and abrasion collar. This is what we're after. Kuno nods, too. He takes a black trickle of liquid. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel.
The fuck is that?
Ah, shit, see?
Yes, that's what this part is called. The basal ganglia. This man will never sleep. Your yellow fingers slide into the lieutenant answers.
Fucking cabin.
Quivering, your fingers reach ice-cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger. You pick the object between your index and middle finger.
My pigs.
What? What is it?
The inside of the head feels cold with a plop. Your hand emerges from the mouth. The guard.
Fucking beautiful!
A bullet.
The bullet falls.
A non-calibre. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. No, you deserve it. We can log it later. We need to add an item to the high velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How the opinion? Fatal injury. And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they... There have been other signs too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death. As the purpose...
We didn't fall for it, he thinks. There's pride in there.
Yes, we should take a closer...
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that...
That's for us to find out. But this, it will to hide something. The real killer? Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. We put him in a bag. I would... One more thing. This was really good work, detective. I thought we decided to leave it.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle.
I thought we...
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle. An intricate web, the pattern still gone. For you to someone who knows it. An intricate, the pattern still for you to discover. You've gotten as far as someone who knows about history could tell you. The bullet, beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet...
What? Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would... If we find who owned, in conclusion, the more...
The squad, you wouldn't ordinarily have... The jacket of the... You can just about... It's...
What can you say about the bullet? A jacketed bullet. Okay.
Highly unusual.
Even the RCA...
Something tells you that won't be any time soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while. This is the door to the room.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. They're quite limited, actually. The power of the RCM's primary role is, yes, officers of the RCM have... We can arrest people, of course, but you can't. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry, you have to supply compelling evidence for why it was not a good position to be in, by the way. We don't convict. We arrest and the coalition, the RCM, or perhaps it is better to be sentimental if you like. Either way, the Morlinton, I have a cigarette every night.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly...
I apologize, but I only brought one reason. You mean...
Keeping the yet, were he to quit?
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day. We performed, then you shot the body down, which was quite a shot. I admit I wasn't sure whether, moreover, and you managed to locate and pull out the bullet, so we can get ballistics, make off the gun. All this is unfortunate. We did perform a thorough search of the crime scene. That's great. Now for the interviews. I'm glad we can agree on. We weren't. We tried to... I have above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice? It's impressive. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. The Moralist International are the world's largest political... Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the real belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? They are Dolores. Interesting.
Something like the dog.
The historic figure? The moral...
It is more than that.
Yes.
That's a...
But the years have changed that. Do you? We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to... Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But...
This...
They really don't like... It's our fault. We run this. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... Me too.
He is very tired.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Necro, Kuno dies. You're gonna pick one out of his brain like that?
Porta Rosa, a side alley of the boogie. The man shoots him, bleed pig. Someone opens a window and says, but Emil cannot see who.
Yeah.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. Andy's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him.
Get You should.
You okay?
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's shit. Get.
He can't.
Pigs can. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? Oh, that. Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a. Yeah. Watch your ass in Kuno. That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and...
It's a vitamin.
You could use some.
Okay, what?
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna.
You're not getting this.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got. Don't sweat it, drunk pig.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it.
Of course you've. Kuno.
That's all there is to...
Good call, Pigmeister. The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come in. Kuno does.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you yes, and it's critical. Look at your maggot sideways. What are... The man is decomposing. The body is...
Whoa.
Yeah, fuck it to pieces.
It's not completely useless. You're able to... It feels... Just relax. See? The corpse doesn't care if you try to take his boots. He doesn't need them. He's probably... It's heavier than you'd think. You're... Damn, you're out of shape. This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually...
Look, he's skinning the...
Hell, keep...
The legs look like they've been... Yes, these Didn't the Whirling have a kitchen? These boots were probably left on the corpse because they were impossible to pull off while it was hanging. They're not exactly... You'll know more about them once you run the serial number. The size seems about right. Once you get the foul-smelling flesh gunk out, you've seen too much to be that. The man is The man is The door is... This door still... A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it. This is not... that soap scums the bathtub. Slow. The water is up. You feel nice and lonely. And so now you are alone with your thought. You see the corpse. Then your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls. The waterline recedes as you... The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, maybe it's the bed's fault. It smells of it barely a bit tense under your thrumming is a little better. Colors. Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? and it's gone again. Your thoughts, your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? You're not kidding anyone, Harry. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry. No, you failed Elysium. Everything. You really dropped. No, you'll be back. Stinky. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of your
So something is wrong. Oh yes, party boy. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy. Really? Because you feel you mean, why are you so tired? That's not really You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Are you sure? Ready to live as this suit yourself? Well, hello. Wow. There's a satisfying pop as the cork. A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy...
In the bottom right corner of the screen...
From the void we can... A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. You should pick that fat, juicy... Who knows what you are? How very astute of you. This good plus smoke...
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. One loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it. One more thing before we do.
Yeah, but...
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they all...
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another...
Just a moment. And there's no...
She's agitated.
The closest phone booth...
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweet. The union office the manager was vague about...
Why would he be vague?
Lieutenant Kitsura...
To let the young woman... I was also hoping Oh, forgive me for... That's just... you have more important... Just some... But they...
The waterlock. That
Oh, Gary's as loyal. Oh my. Well,
You're well.
I hate to ask.
this will yes.
And if you see him, let him know. Oh, you're such a dear. Oh,
It's
that's.
She's
my apology.
It's not searching.
She's completely internal.
Oh dear.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know.
Oh,
The loot.
one other thing. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary by we.
She's skipping over something.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well,
Ah, yes. Oh,
where other fences?
I knew.
It's not. It's simply. Well, some. Of course.
enthusiasm.
I suppose I have something. Well, of course.
Enthusiasm.
I suppose I have something of a person. Oh, well, some teen. Of course.
Enthusiasm.
I suppose. Well, of course.
Enthusiasm.
I suppose I have something of a. Yes. It can. Oh dear. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it.
There's really
Oh,
One cryptid, not a couple.
he not cryptid. Ooh, tough choice there.
that would. The giant lives. Morel. No one. The tower.
Who are you?
That's what there are.
Great gravity and not.
Hey.
The loot.
Well, that Michanu disappeared. Yes.
It's actually a little hard to see. But
Everything. After, we can assume that she's the gnome of Jeroma. Oh, yes. It was. A couple. It's still.
if the body...
Alas. Instead, all the Pardon?
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or...
It's the cold.
Kola Mama Dakwa can also be translated as a whisper light and low.
Yes. Although,
Fine,
many scientists have asked this. It could be. Plant. When playing back the science, they realized that they had discovered. Sequester time that they tried to.
They cancel each other.
Exactly.
Great
After that,
Of course.
I'm glad you did. What about what? Of course, dear.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. It's not strange, it's sync. Who told you that? Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was short. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can. Yes?
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is...
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal, so let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be...
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will...
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence.
So you were spying on us. And now you...
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of...
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Look, a comedian. Do your job. Ask your questions.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
Like I already told you. What are we going to do to you? The Union isn't going to... If anything, it is the arse...
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
Oh, this is about him.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did.
You might want to start asking your question.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Starting from the right. Boot size 40, sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size across at the other table. And then standard. The emblem on his vest says in the far corner. Standard working boot. Steel reinforced on his neck. Forget it. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41 with the light step. Not in the middle, heaving and wheezing. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, exactly. You've stood there.
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, man? Or what? You...
Actually, boss, we've been talking.
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy.
That's right. We're not talking about... You're not cops here. Don't go digging.
Good. We are all watching each other.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks.
The pretty boy. You guys
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore them the night. Yeah, we did this. Together.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Huh?
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it...
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him.
Interesting, sire. It's as if he's lying, too.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination. Are you deaf? Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. Not for what you can.
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
You don't have to keep answering his...
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We
known him? Yeah!
Quiet.
By the Pines...
No. I mean... Why don't you ask her about...
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus.
Yeah, lawman.
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, while the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another. Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenaries. I am.
What kind?
The kind that...
A live grenade.
This one.
I can't prove it, but I know.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and...
Really?
Yeah, really.
We couldn't believe it either.
Sire, this is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers.
There's a slight unease in him.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't...
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?
Aren't you fucking...
Yeah!
There's something odd here.
No. You're not
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalled.
We hanged him up.
The autopsy. The lieutenant.
Yeah, I knocked him out.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely, this little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or what...
No. Of course he's having trouble breathing.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a...
My fucking elbow, Copper.
Samaran boxing. He may be lying, but he's good at...
Right fucking here.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
And fuck you.
His This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder.
Like what, Copper? How many people have...
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Doesn't remember them.
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't. You still on about that bullet?
Indeed. Might.
Well, there's so...
It's bound to happen.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
Wow. He's got it in a...
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
You know what I think? I think he was shot.
Around the bullet, man. That's a...
All the goofing around is to avoid... They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath...
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to
No, he meant before he was hanged.
Before? After?
Never been worried in my life.
It's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little...
Again. About fucking...
Was that? Could it be? The Col de Mamadakwa? There seems to be an extreme... Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole... There it is again. It must be very close. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder. Oh no. The sound. No. Too late. It's gone. There. Keep your ears peeled then.
Does Kuno care?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it.
Fuck you whispering about?
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make...
She's not fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Stop.
Wrong move. But he's whispering still. You haven't...
Crazy. You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous.
Stop talking to him. Kuno, I'm fucking...
She understands what you're trying...
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell you? Kuno told you. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie snuff radio shit. Believe me, Kuno means she killed some...
His little... He's meant everything he said before. But right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Fucking yeah. Kuno knows you don't want to face it. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure... Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting.
The creature peers at you both from over the...
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around. Look, Kuno's gonna put you at...
He speaks the truth, my liege.
Fuck knows. She says it's crazy people.
Sounds boreal, like something from the tundra. You mean evil little red-haired people like her?
Suroese. Like that.
Revachol does have a small Suroese.
Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in. Yeah, she was just there.
What was that, Kuno?
She was in the hallway. Yeah, that's the place. She was just balled up near the closet, psycho style. Kuno's got no fucking idea. I don't know. Someone left. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there. Or thinks it's fucking cool. How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control. Listen, listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand? All right. Now we can do business. Yeah? What do you want?
Don't look him up.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal... That's right. Kuno's a candy store for pigs now. Get ready to be rewarded. Kuno gets it. Problem is, Kuno and his dad, Dirty Popo Man, is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad. Kuno's dad is a fucking monster.
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? In your condition?
Like half a baggy...
That's half a...
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not? Fuck you, talk.
You can barely see it, because there's...
Okay, Kuno's listening. Sure, just get in there, go to room. That's it. Next time...
What the hell are you signing us up for here? Okay then.
Kuno...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
All right. I can drive him to processing today. No work on the case?
This means Lieutenant Kitsu, if you have nothing to do,
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands.
The ship takes off like a silvery mosquito, unfolding its rotor blade arms.
Hello? Me? No.
She doesn't really want to. Is she such a working class?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something. I know you are. What with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
My husband? No, he's not. I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. No. Why are we still talking about it?
She has, though. The husband is totally lost. You should tell her that it's okay.
What? Who said anything about shame? Stop talking down to me.
But he is. You can feel it. Or maybe it's something else then.
No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are not
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, given the ladder of...
What? That's just... My daughters are They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protect. My youngest girl, Jolie, is just... Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you there is no investigation? I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here. Nothing. Go read up on...
Maybe you should.
Wonderful. The story...
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough. The woman... A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a snip. You can just... A phone book lies open on the table. You pocket the bottle as if... In the dark, it looks like a nest. Something under... It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do... A bundle of clothes. In the dark, something... It's not too late. Your hand touches. It's deep. Inside, you see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out. You don't have to take him down. He's already down. Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body. The pile of blankets grunts. It's hard to say if there's any. The man groans once again, but and then it dawns a pig. He's trying to call you a pig. His hand falls back on the bed, limp, a lump of and look, Max Tor is a groan rise. The light, don't forget his face, the bloated and reddened cheeks, the bulbous nose. This would be Kuno after 30 years of alcohol and substance abuse. No response.
Fucking Kev.
Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, that's how we split it. It's the best way. Word on the street is, you send your little friend in dressed as a hooker. Kuno wants to hear all about it. But first, we split the kilo. Then we shoot the shit. Kuno knows what Kuno means. Wow, that's heavy. There you go. More than half in there. Kuno's fucking honourable like that. Now tell me, how the fuck are you still alive, pig? The fuck do you know about Kuno's life?
Yeah, we got plans.
Yeah, you do some Sambo shit, sneak in. Was the Beano-clad hooker thing real? What is this shit? He's fucked up on roids to drink more. You can't kill him. Kuno's dad says he'll die by his own hand. Die suicide style. What?
His posture changes.
Fuck right. Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told you. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. You got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you have a way in. Narrow window. Kuno window. Kuno's not fucking trying to be tough. This shit is real. Kuno's fucking violent dad's gonna be a vegetable. Kuno knows that. Kuno's gonna go out like that too.
Stop saying all this sad shit, Kuno.
There's a touch of grief in...
Fuck you talking sad? Kuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit. Get your fucking nun ass out of here before Kuno turn into... Kuno ain't turning into shit.
Kuno won! Oh, you won, Kuno!
Yeah, so fucking what? Fuck are you talking to Kuno about that kiddie shit?
He's trying to
fuck out of here. Kuno knows it's fucking lame. That's why Kuno changed it. Kuno can change his name and...
Don't change your name into that, Kuno.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit. Yeah, that's right. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. That's right. It's a shithole. Kuno's gonna move underground. Leroy shit.
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno.
Fuck right there. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, in a tomb.
Yeah, pig. This shit is done. Now get the fuck out of Kuno's face. Kuno needs to drop the bomb. Kuno doesn't...
This industrial gas-powered, getting the corpse residue out of these. There is a variety of... It's bad with those boots. Don't be stingy now. The bottom of... All right now, chef. Light up the stove and boil them. The soap bubbles, strips of polymer fab, a 2-course. The boots look just like beef stew. That's it, chef. The boots look... Feels like you should have used vinegar too. The whole kit, a pair of real beef.
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. That fucking... Do you remember how he looked? Kuno doesn't... Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too... Kuno kicked that shit in the sea. Rugby style. Yeah? That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno, you wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached Union fuck. Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly Union cow?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that.
Fuck are you talking about?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, get the...
They're lost without you, Kuno.
Why don't you figure your shit out, you're...
Get lost,
Kuno...
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was the case.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? The little boy had the good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine. I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it. At first I thought, so I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor. Not much. Technical stuff mostly. I did some research in parts. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. And Mesky is epic then, especially getting those boots off him. You'd have an easier time wrestling the spurs off of... No problem.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now. You look down, your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions. The hardened vitreous, you really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability. It may be a while before you have... Remember, this is a highly specialized... For the day you...
Unpromising race pupil returns. I am not the first line of defense. I am the...
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him.
Find out for yourself, endomorphic blob. There is nothing I cannot possibly imagine. I am...
You pick up on something.
Find out for your...
Welcome. He must...
I am not like them. I am cranial. Your silence betrays.
An intricate... The gone.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up? I don't want to talk about that. Man, I was hoping it isn't gonna be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is. A friend? An acquaintance? I don't know. I didn't, man.
He still is, hoping. It's true. We would of course a lie. But a kind heart is tricky.
Thank God I don't know. A youngish woman flew in by.
Then she may have dyed it again.
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. She's got the darkness in her. Yes, which is why I don't want to snitch on her. It's snitching, man. I know what it is. I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me too. Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind. Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman. The grey-haired. Push Tommy and it will break his heart. And his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
You're not gonna put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? Cause she's... I thought you were a different kind of cop.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill.
Here.
The keys to a motor lorry. Pretty complex.
Her lorry's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know. She left them to me. Because she trusted me.
The other drivers would have to break in there to get the machines moving. And they would find what's hidden inside. Something.
Last Friday. No. I don't know. I bet you are.
And he's sorry he couldn't be what he wants to be. A good person. His last line?
Nah.
This green found, A to Z, contemporary. This is the one the man pointed to. His friend's lorry. The glass on the side window. Posters cover the small window. The door is... There's no pick. You push the key. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. There's something odd about them. These are movie posters. One of them particularly catchy. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's the remnants of a sweet juniper. The actress is... This is Tijon. A starlet from the dawn of... She wasted away in a drug den called The Door to the River. Not far from here, on Boogie, the actresses looks like the peculiar frequency tableau. It has to be an advanced model to fit so many doesn't look like it. Unclear. For contacting an entire fleet of lorries, for example. This must be the nerve center, not without the dial key. The smell of you wedge yourself under the steering wheel. But one sandpaper adds extra grip. Matching one of the footprints found from the crime scene, which means that the missing lady driver looks like it, yes. You've identified the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys had anything to do with the drug trade? You should probably still talk to them. See, the movie stars are still smiling from the walls. Voila, a stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind this large map. Toll booth there. Hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 8H to Couronne. Through the middle, this municipal map. No storm. The final these looks like the cluttered cabin. If only you stuff the maps back under a metallic drawer. Slides out from the... It's an issue. It looks like an article ripped out from a red. Pulling the toolbox slides back. It closed the rusty...
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person. Nope. Some of the other drivers do that.
Hey, isn't he, like, smoking right now?
Okay. But this is my last one. And it's a bad habit. You should quit before both of us have lung cancer.
Looking for something? It's about not the...
Actually, neither ostriches or sheep bury their heads in the sand. It's just a saying.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? People who've studied these things say that we are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occident...
Oh?
Don't push... Looking for something, Hunt? No.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you...
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would...
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course. No, there aren't. Some little shit.
Little shit. That's Kuno in the yard.
Whatever you've seen is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking. My answer is...
And here we go.
I know! Fatty walked on all four.
Despite everything, the little man is quick on his feet.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
Kuno care? So? Yeah, so? Kuno did sick the pigs on him.
Kuno sent you...
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. You got fucked after this.
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno...
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. You can't remember what happened last week. What the squish? I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet. That sounds... Then find the gun that shot it and...
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, maybe you're interested in books? Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here?
A small mountain of colourful board game boxes.
Hello again, esteemed officer. A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of biography.
Shelves full of biographies of fame. A sulphur-crested cockatoo.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
Turns out that you don't have behavioral problems. That's garbage. You wait for it's quite a challenge. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Ow, shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
What is going on? I warn you.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door. A cockatoo is a... This book talks about the where to even begin. All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk. And pet owners also... It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're right. Ouch. Not great for the performing. This is a yellow-tailed black coon. Perhaps, in the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds, it must be glorious to be home. Despite its banging name, the Bang Bang, yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which, you're right, Your Majesty embodied. This coin-operated view, the metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic. A thick, that's coon under the graffiti. You know the church around the large wooden building. Just an ordinary wall. You hear someone walking around.
Excuse.
You have plenty of reason to.
Oh, come on. Satisfied? My name is...
Boy, her voice is real.
Do you want to see my ID?
It feels flimsy in hand.
Thank you. Do you have it? I need to get it ready for the next... It was...
A sudden...
But that was my... Oh, that's... And again, a whole...
The sum must... Oh, it irks her.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. Now, these I'll tell you. Don't ask. Both apartments are, of course. What now? Of course.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? Sure, friend. This is nothing sordid. Nothing in...
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes.
Your statements are too vague to comment. There. Working class drunk. You know what this cracked it. All in a good day. What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is. Yes. And you found him. Didn't she repeatedly tell? But he is missing. There's no need.
God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing. And I specifically... Very well then. Where is he? Excuse me?
There's something else hiding in her voice, though.
Right, 'cause working class women come with alcoholic husbands. You know what? You were right.
Ah, blam. Knew it.
No, he's not. I haven't seen him for... Well, to heck.
There. She's worried now. She sighs, but you can detect.
All right, go ahead. Honestly, not that different from you. Oh, thank God, no. It hasn't come down to... Well, he's... What else? He was wearing a dark brown... It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this.
Who cares about the cold when you have your...
I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it? Well, what can you...
She's thinking about him out in the cold, in some park, or...
Yesterday morning, he went to the library. He went to... Because we talked about this. We talked about...
Gone for around 36 hours. She turns away from you in an attempt to recover.
So you are going to look... Thank you. Please do. Even though... Right. What about him?
She gives you a short...
Excuse me? I don't know. The most talkative one? The what now? You truly are one strange cop. I have a strange cop offering to find my stupid house.
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing. Nope, no, will you? Because it feels like you've
Everything's still cool.
An old monument stands in the middle of the The woman is still hunted.
Huh? What is it?
Right to work! Things are busy enough.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
Not before you get in there.
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first.
We were promised work. We beat main gates, and I don't mean the scrawny mess. Yeah? That giant bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. Why don't you... Wait! Unexpected situation, but we hold the
Promising race pupil returns.
How did this happen?
You must be
the crackle of bones. Inside, you can hear it. Your fist cracks.
The words to the song have changed.
Your hand twists.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the trick.
Let's talk about our right to work. No, I'm not a fighter.
unpromising race pupil returns. The unpromising race pupil returns. The unpromising... don't be vulgar. White or not has got little Easter also to...
He looks toward the harbor, motionless, the tattoos on his face like a web of stone. Just like that, instinct took over. The man is reeling. Gasp. All you hear is a small gurgle. Now's the time for a spin kick. No, don't be a fucking ballerina. Rip into him. Right hook. Get intimate with him. The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, as you slam your fist on the button,
Looks like you're the new measure.
her voice is surprisingly calm. The man is still. The man is. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. Your fingers run over the dial pad, calling, still.
Video Revershal, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10 millimeter.
The voice of a youngster.
Video Revershal is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10 millimeter film for home use. This is Lummy. No. Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period? If you need any further assistance...
He thinks you're pulling up. The call is terminated by the... On second glance, the drawer opened hundreds of documents and the same... It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, Look how blurry all the lines on these... You're a police... Whatever's hidden here, it appears to be, remember Leo, Everart's shoes. Special whirling ball. All items on the... Doesn't look too incriminating. But remember Leo, all items on the drawer. The tarpaulin, as your fingers touch, I will shield you from... Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have nothing incriminating. Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic. It's a black and white photo of a young Renee looks like. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. Stale air, the drawers are empty. You take the painkiller. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia? Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else. Maybe this was... You stand and marsh. On with a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. Moving this container, of course. For this purpose... Before you, step the container door, a tough nut to crack for sure. But the strongest containers often have the softest. The door does not Why does this situation... You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. A rusting crane does not return to its original position. You're back before the cut. You attempt to turn.